Welcome to the penultimate video of this PlayStation 1 series that has been going on for far too long now, and part of me is sad to see it coming to an end, part of me is relieved to see it coming to an end. I have 3 more games here of a very small remaining pile. The first game we're going to play, or look at, or experience, is a 2D platformer in the pandemonium sense, so a 2D platformer with 3D graphics, or as some people might incorrectly call a 2.5D platformer. Those people are wrong. It's just 2D, it's just got 3D graphics instead of sprites. The serial number is 3676. Okay. I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to hit this. This is a movie tie-in game, but it's not just a movie tie-in game for any old film. Already the cropping is fucked. Yep, it's from our friends at Wanna-Do, our French friends. It's Kirikou, based on a French art film that came out in 1998. So this is a movie game based on an art film. So like a, you know, like I think it's an animated film about a young African child fighting an evil witch. It's an interesting film. It's hang on, let's have a look at this. Let's turn this down a little bit. Okay. So, the original film was released, I think, 1998, if I remember the Wikipedia page correctly. It's a French film, and then was, I think, released in the rest of Europe in 1999, and then I guess for 2 years after that, Wanna-Do decided they wanted to make a tie-in game, which is interesting. I could see a company wanting to do a tie-in game for like a big blockbuster film, but like a weird little like low-budget French art film. That's something. Load times are pretty severe. Okay. So, yeah, we can choose 4x3 or 16x9. So we're going to go with 16x9 for this. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. I think this has already kept my... Yeah, there we go. start a new game. And I'm going to hit this special preset on OBS. Look at that. Alright. This might be a scene from the movie. I'm going to turn the game up.
My name is Kirikou. Mother, wash me.
A child who can bring himself into the world can wash himself.
It's a weird movie.
Don't waste the water. Kirikou the sorceress has dried up our spring.
Mother, where is my father?
He went off to fight Kirikou the sorceress.
Mother, where are my father's brothers?
They went to fight Kirikou the sorceress, and she ate them all up.
Mother, where are my mother's brothers?
They went to fight Kirikou the sorceress, and she ate them all up, except for the youngest one.
Where is he?
On the road where the flame trees grow, on his way to fight Kirikou the sorceress.
He is? Then I better go and help him.
So, yeah. That's a continuing theme in this game. Nudity. But, you know, in like a very non-sexualized way. So you play as this Kirikou, who is a newborn child who can apparently walk and talk as soon as he's born, which is not weird at all. And you're on this mission to go defeat a sorceress who has placed a curse on your village. And these load times are something else, my god. Okay, so this naked little boy, and we're collecting water. That's what these little bubbles are. They're droplets of water. Okay. Here we go. We collected our level 1 sword, which is just a stick. So it's X button to jump, and square to attack. You can hold down square for a charge attack, which does double damage, I think. I think it's double damage. There we go. And that red meter at the top of the screen is your magic meter. You will learn new moves as the game goes that will make use of that magic meter. At the moment we don't have anything that can use it, so you hold down R1 when you run. That's a sprint. Oh, actually, no, we do have moves that can use the magic meter. The sprint uses the magic meter. And we've got holding down L1 opens up our spell menu, but right now we don't have any spells, so because it's a brand new game. Come on, bring it. The enemies are referred to as fetishes in this game. That's what they're referred to. That's a life. Hang on. We go back out here. We can jump on top of the roof. There we go. So, interesting about this game is that it has multiple paths. You can take different paths through the level, different paths yield different items, different secrets, and you can do a fair amount of backtracking in this game if you want to. So we're just going to collect as much water as we can for now. Ah, checkpoint, nice. The water droplets that we're collecting will act as a currency later in the game. Alright, we've leveled up our sword. We now have a level 2 sword. You can see that instead of holding a stick, he's now holding a... I think it's a stone knife. That guy. Okay. Okay. So this dude is letting us know, hey, you need to be on the lookout for your grandfather's spirit, who is basically he's the guy who teaches you new moves. So we return back to this big old tree and look for a way in. We should be able to find him and learn our first new move. So I happen to know how. Jump up here, jump on this branch, that'll take us up to a new path. Fetish. Most of the fetishes, or the enemies in this game, look like robots. I don't know why. They just do. Get fucked, boy! Alright, level 3 sword. We now have a little metal sword. Does 3 times as much damage. The sword Kirikou is equipping also doubles as a life meter. So as long as Kirikou has a sword, he can take a hit. If he takes a hit when he is unarmed, he will die. So that's... Your weapon also acts as how much health you have. So I can take 3 hits before I die. Now, because I've got a level 3 sword. You can only upgrade your sword 3 times. Once you get the level 3 sword, you can't pick up any more sword upgrades. XX, you can see in the top left corner, you can see the command to do the move that he's teaching us. So now we can double jump. Whoop. Oh shit, went too far. We want to grab as much of this water as possible because you can use it to purchase extra lives between levels. So we're going to go back to the start of the level right now. There's a thing I want to get. Okay. Down here. Grab this water that we saw at the start of the level. There's lots of like little secret paths like that all over the game. I actually kind of think this is actually a kind of a decent platformer. It's not amazing. It doesn't do anything that hasn't been done before, but it's neat. You know, like the learning new mechanics, the complexity of the levels, the secret paths, the secrets hidden in every level. It's kind of cool. I like it. Hang on. There's other stuff inside that tree I want to get. I'm going to do a little bit of backtracking. Yeah, to get everything in the level you usually have to go and do a little bit of backtracking. Now we can make this jump. Fuck! Oh, I took a hit, see? And we see when we took a hit, our sword reverted to level 2. That thing. But don't worry, we got it back. Oh fuck! Ah, I missed it. Shit. It's an extra life. Do that one more time. Now we've got that double jump, we can... While falling off a ledge, we have a way to do a little bit of extra correction. Fuck, got it. Okay, got the life, that's all I wanted. We can't get up there, so we've got to go back. Hang on. Back to where we were before. Grab all of this water. Run. The running is most useful when you need to do a little bit of backtracking. Gets you back and forth faster. Fuck! Whoop. Misjudged that. Fuck that robot. Sorry, fetish. They all look like robots. I don't know why. Movement feels nice and sharp. It feels responsive, you know. This game could have easily been like a low-budget, low-effort platformer that doesn't control well. But surprisingly, for a little game made by... I don't think that was even released outside of Europe. I think this game didn't even get a US release. I think this game is Europe only. For a little French art movie, ended up being kind of a decent platformer. It's weird. I wish I could, like, store my charge when I jumped, but the game doesn't let you. Oof, that's risky. There we go. Pretty good air control, which is nice. Bring it. There we go. Learning another move. Excellent. Kirikou. So we've learned a more effective aerial attack. So whenever we jump, press triangle button to spin our sword around. It also acts as a way of slowing down our descent. not that effective, to be honest. Shit. Oh, come on. Got it. There we go. Trick jumps. Fuck. There we go. Oh, motherfucker. What was that? It was something. Oh, it might have been that dude hiding in the tree. Anyway, we'll go back and pick up that sword upgrade. Get our health back. There we go. God, I love the fact that you can run. You can jump on enemies as well, but it doesn't do that much damage. The most effective attack is the sword. Come on. That was close. Alright, this is a bit tricky. Wait for him to... Aha! There we go. This level's well, all of the levels in this game are kind of long. They go for like a while. Like, these aren't short levels. Nothing up here, it seems. Oh, oof. Yeah, those blue bushes will hurt you. They're thorn bushes, so you don't want to land on those. Shit. Okay, secret cave. Here we go. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to the landscape. If you think there might be a little cave somewhere, there usually is. Is that a trap? Is that a hole I can fall into, or is that... I don't know if I should trust that. Oh no, it's fine. It's not a bottomless pit. I thought it might be like one of those, like, tough to get lives that are like just over the lip of a bottomless pit. You got to like very, very precisely manage your double jump, but it's not one of those, luckily. That's good. Never been good at those. Nothing there. I think we've done that. Okay. Oh, what's this dude? This dude looks like he means business. He's got double knives. Is he gonna come with me? Alright, this dude's got a bit more health and he's a bit more dangerous. You want to attack him from behind, because trying to attack him from the front is idiotic. Takes 2 charge hits to kill. Hang on. Yeah, you want to get as much of this water as possible. It's important. It is your main way of getting new lives. This is kind of a blind drop, which is a bit shitty because there is an enemy down here and there's always the risk of falling onto him. Okay. I think there's like 600 droplets of water in this level, so we're almost there. What is that? Do I trust that? Ah, it's a secret. Nice. Yeah, we fall down the hole. We're almost done with the first level. There's another one of those tall dudes. Run away! There we go. Fuck. I just want to land on the tree. We've got 583, so we're missing 17. Oh well, close enough. Look, there's 4 back there. How do we get back there? Ah, there's another secret I haven't found. Oh no. You automatically get those. Alright, that's fine. Ah, so close! We missed like 13 of them. And we missed 2 of the fetishes. Right, so the sun emblem on the score screen represents how well you did during that level. So we can see we got all of the moves in the bottom left there. 2 out of 2 moves, 3 out of 3 secrets, 34 out of 36 enemies, so and 587 out of 600 water droplets. So we only got 2 of the 4 major objectives, but that's fine. So we only get half a sun. So, here's where we introduce the gambling. This game... So, you can give your mother 200 drops of water for a life, or you can gamble double or nothing with the squirrel. Yeah, double or nothing. It's a 50-50 chance. So, let's give her 400 for 2 extra lives. What should we do? Let's give 50 to the squirrel, and basically we're flipping a coin. 50-50 chance if the squirrel will give us nothing or give us 100. Double or nothing. Yes! Let's do it again. Yes, we're lucky twice in a row. Awesome. So let's give her another 200. Let's keep gambling with the squirrel. Can we stay lucky? We can't. Oh, fuck. Oh well. Well. Okay, next level, the savannah. I like this this world map. Oh, you can run on the world map as well. That's good. No, don't. Shit. Hang on. I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna quit out of this level and go back to the world map. I think this is a neat game. I think this is kind of a surprisingly decent platformer. But man, these load times, holy shit. Okay. Look, you can look at all of your new moves. So yeah, you got the double jump, the tornado, the hat attack, hypnotic power, digging, the sun attack, lightning attack, monkey attack, and earthquake attack. Okay. Interesting. Let's quit back to the map. Oh, it's going to take us back to the main menu, but that's alright. We can reload the game and then go to the next level from here. Alright.
You're not up there to stare at the birds. Stay on the lookout for Kirikou.
Yes, mistress.
Has he left his hut yet?
Yes, noble mistress. He has left the village.
Keep watching him. And don't let anything distract you, you fool.
That is the sorceress, if you haven't guessed. We'll just play a little bit of the second level and then we'll move on. All right. This is where he would have taught you about running, but I already knew about running, so... There we go. Got those waters. There's a life back there, but how do I get it? So, you see the drums, the little statues underneath. You can hit those with your sword to knock them about and position them. But they're honestly not that useful. You can't jump on these trees yet, because the trees are actually in the background, they're not in the foreground, so we can't jump on them. That's not a secret, it turns out. Oh, shields. Don't worry, you can hit them from behind to kill them. Ah. Motherfucker! I'm not quite too sure why the sorceress would be so concerned over a newborn baby. Even an entire tribe of adults couldn't stop her. How could a newborn baby carrying a stick do anything? But then again, I haven't seen the whole film, so maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe that's her weakness. Maybe she's powerless against newborn children. Either go up that way, but that's just a shortcut, or we can go the longer way. We hold down and a direction, we can do some crouching. That fly. A charge attack can bust through the shield of the enemies, it seems. That floor texture looks suspicious. No? Maybe you learn some kind of ground pound, because that floor texture right there looks like that can be broken. Very suspicious. Ah, grandfather. How to use your uncle's hat. Yeah, so now we got the shield. Just standing still, we can just put it over ourselves and use it to protect ourselves from attacks, or while we're in the air, we can use it to float. Quite useful. Oh god, can we make it? No, we went too far. Shite. Also, I don't need to use that anymore if I just want to float. I believe the hat doesn't use magic. So, using the spin attack to float is just a waste of magic. We have to get over here. Oh shit! Oh no, I got it, I got it. That's fine. Get that life we saw at the beginning of the level. And we're back. Go! There's probably some secrets far over to the right there. But I'm not 100% sure. Oh, you know, I bet that's a secret. Yep. That. Duck. That. We are just a whirlwind of destruction. Alright. Oop. Fuck. Ooh, shit. Hello. That double jump is so important. Okay. Can you teach me, grandfather? How to attack with the hat. So, X down plus circle. So it's a downward attack with the hat, it seems. When you're in the air, press down and circle at the same time to pounce down on the fetish's heads. Oops, shit. Didn't work at all. That worked. Okay. Maybe the angle wasn't right. Fuck. Oh well. And I think that's enough for Kirikou, you get the idea. It's kind of a neat little platformer. It's kind of cool. You know, considering it's like a budget game from not a great developer, based on like an indie movie, a French indie movie that's not really known that well outside of France. It's a decent platformer. It's, you know, I like the move system. It's also stylishly like very creative and very ballsy for the time. You know, the way the game and I guess the movie as well handles like nudity in just like a sort of like a matter-of-fact way. You know, it's like, you know, we're just humans. This is what we look like. It's nothing special. But I kind of dig that. Apparently, there was some like controversy with the movie in America. Apparently, it took a while for the film to get released in the States because, like, I don't know, certain groups didn't want a film that treated nudity as normal to be released in theatres. That's bizarre. So I think the film didn't come out in America until like 2002 or something because of dumb shit like that. Anyway, that is Kirikou, a kind of cool game. I don't think this got released outside of Europe. I believe this may be a Europe-only game. Alright. Alright, moving on to the next game. This is a racing game from Ubisoft that is based on a platformer franchise, so in a way kind of sticking with platformers, but not really. Think of it as a racing game that is also kind of a 3D platformer. Oh wow, there's like a little leaflet in here. It's like, oh, win a games console of your choice. You see there, among the prizes you've got a PS1 or the remodel of the PlayStation 1, a GameCube, a GBA or a PS2. Who in their right fucking mind out of those 4 prizes would choose a Game Boy Advance or a PS1? Surely you would go with one of the next generation systems. And this is Rayman Rush. Oh wow. Inside the leaflet it asks you like a bunch of questions. I guess this is how they used to like get like information on their customers back in the day, you know. It's like, fill out this little leaflet and potentially win a prize, right? Let's see. About your gaming, what are your favourite types of games? Action, sports, adventure, roleplay, platform, They put adventure games and role-playing games under the same, like, tick box. I don't understand. What? No. Educational, racing, fighting, simulation. Okay, football is like a separate box from sports. Surely football and sports are the same thing. Strategy or online? How often do you play games? When you buy games, how much do you normally pay? About Section 4, about the internet. Do you use the internet? Yes, no. Again, it's a different time. The internet existed, but it wasn't nearly as ubiquitous as it is today, you know. At this point in time, most people were still connecting, like 2001, 2002, most people still had dial-ups. I think DSLs were starting to become a thing, like broadband was starting to happen, but yeah, like most people still had dial-up. If yes, where do you mainly access the internet? At home? At work? At school? Other? How often do you go online? Every day? 3 or 4 times a week? Once a week? Less often. Have you ever played games online on the internet? Have you ever purchased a game on the... Wow, okay, Yeah. Things used to be very different. At this point in time, my only access to the internet was at school, I believe. So we had it at home, but my parents never let me use it because it was expensive, because it was dial-up. It was literally like pay per minute. So most of my usage would be at school, where I would like visit like websites like GameSpot or GameFAQs, Cheat Code Central, get those hot cheats for Tony Hawk, print them off and bring them home. Because again, there were no USB sticks. At least we didn't have USB sticks. Like, my main method of bringing stuff home was to print off text and then bring it back home on paper, or if it had to be a file, I might bring a floppy disk with me to school and then load it onto that. So yeah, this is Rayman Rush. This is a bizarre little game from Ubisoft. I think this was the last Rayman game for the PlayStation. And it's not great. It's not a great game. It's pretty sure it uses the Rayman 2 engine. You know. Overwrite that file. That file's got nothing on it, so it doesn't matter if I overwrite it. Alright, so single player, options, display. No, we don't need to do that. Controller. So X is jump, square is shoot, triangle is optimize? What? Optimize? Select is radar. Okay. Okay, so 8 selectable characters, 4 of them have to be unlocked. Plays Rayman, Glowbox, Henchman 80, Razorbeard. Isn't Razorbeard like the main villain of Rayman 2? I can't remember. How about we play as Rayman? Alright. So, was it 4, 8, 12 tracks, which is not bad, I guess. Let's see, Zone 0 tracks, Water Canyon, Electric Tunnel, Fast Ruins, Canopy. Let's go. First level, Canopy. And we've got, see, we can earn 4 medals for each track. See, we've got a Time Attack medal, a Championship medal, a Lums medal, and a Target medal. So, there are different objectives for each. Let's do a training. I don't know who at Ubisoft thought making a racing game based on the Rayman license was a good idea, but I guess they got their game made. Whether or not the world needed a racing game based on the Rayman license, who can tell? Also, check out this hot load screen. You can't tell if the game's crashed. I don't think the game has crashed, I think this is just a shitty load screen. Maybe the game has crashed. I'm going to restart the console. How about that? Yeah, I'm definitely going to restart the console. Good start. Good start, Rayman Rush. Excellent start. When was Rayman Rush released? Was this a 2002 game? Yes, I think it was. It's got a 2002 copyright on the back of the box, so... There were like a handful of weird, like spin-off Rayman games around this time period. There was it Rayman M? Rayman M for the PS2, which was, I think M stood for multiplayer. I think it was just like a multiplayer focused Rayman game, which I think was more of this. It's more of Rayman Rush, but for the PS2, I think. Ouch, okay. And then there was Rayman Revolution for the PS2, and I'm not quite sure what that was. I think Rayman Revolution might be a port of Rayman 2 for the PS2, but I'm not sure. Let's try Canopy. So, 1 minute 6 seconds. Oh, look at that. That's a load screen. Yeah, this is definitely using the Rayman 2 engine. So yeah. X to jump and glide. Square to shoot. You can hit switches with the shoot. Don't know what the optimize button does. That seems like a weird. Land on these. Whoop. Uh-oh, running out of time. Yeah. Jumping is not a useful tactic in the sliding sections because it just slows you down, which doesn't make any sense. Fuck. Yeah, you want to try and avoid obstacles. Okay. Sweet. So we've got that medal for time attack. So now we can try a different level in time attack or try the same level in a different challenge. Let's try a different level. What's this? Water Canyon. Try time attack again. 47 seconds. Okay. I don't know if there's a dash start or something. Switches. Cock. I'm going to run out of time. Let's try that again from the start. How fast is the restart? Not fast at all. Wow. Okay, this sucks. One of the main keys to not making your game annoying. Make the restarts fast. Fuck. Are you kidding? Yeah, the Rayman 2, not the most precise platforming engine ever made. It's a cool game, but platforming isn't exactly like world class. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Okay. Let's try another level. Like the Rayman 2 controls, I never thought were like, oh man, these controls are so tight, they should make a competitive racing game. Like, honestly, the racing segments in Rayman 2, which is obviously what this is based on, I just found those annoying. Certainly wouldn't have wanted Ubisoft to base an entire game on them, but here it is. Electric tunnel. Hmm. It's done it again, hasn't it? It's done it again. Sometimes this fixes it, just opening the door. Nope. Oh joy. Now, is this just a basic instability thing? Is the game just unstable, or is this like a PlayStation 2 compatibility thing? I don't know. Like I said, some PS1 games, even though the PS2 should be compatible with every PlayStation 1 game, some PS1 games behave strangely when you play them in a PS2. Sometimes that's just a thing. Let's try electric tunnel again. See if it does it again, twice in a row. Oh boy. Alright. Let's try a different track. Maybe it's just whenever you try to access certain tracks, it does that. This is fun. I love it when games don't work. The disc is fine. It's not like the disc is scratched up or anything. It might be a PS2 compatibility thing. That would be annoying if that's the case. Let's try First Ruins, since Electric Tunnel won't load. Wait, can I load up any of the other tracks? No, we haven't unlocked any of those. Okay, fine. So we're limited to these 4, are we? First Ruins. Time trial. Fingers crossed. Shit. Well, I guess that's Rayman Rush. The game won't fucking play. It loads up like 2 tracks and then you try and load up anything else and it's like, nope. Can't tell you why. Oh well. You know. That's a shame. So we're on to our last game then. If you remember, in a recent video, we played a little game called Strikers 1945-2, a shoot 'em up from Japanese developer Saikyo that got a really slapdash lazy localization when Midas Entertainment brought it to Europe. Even though that was bad, that was by no means the worst. I have in my hands another game, another shoot 'em up made by Saikyo that I like a great deal, but when the home version was initially brought to Europe, and America I believe, America also had this as well, which is horrifying to think of. The game was... well, let me put... I'm just going to let the game speak for itself, because holy fuck. The actual game part is intact, but everything around it is just ripped out and replaced, or not even replaced in some cases. In some cases they just ripped stuff out and didn't replace it with anything. Behold the horror of budget publisher XS Games. Midas are bad, but XS Games were worse. Welcome to Mobile Light Force. Whoops. There we go. 2003 release. Notice how the art on the title screen and on the box art below me clashes wildly with the in-game character art. This game originally started life as a game called Gunbird, which is a delightful little shoot 'em up. Mechanically very similar to Strikers 1945. I believe they actually run on the same code. They're very similar types of games. And XS Games, obviously a budget publisher. I believe, yeah, 1995, I think. Yeah, the original arcade release of Gunbird was 95. Hang on. And yeah, this came out in 2003, so by that point the licensing fee for Gunbird would have been tiny. Would not have been a lot of money. Oh no, 1994. This is a 1994 arcade game that got a 2003 release. I should mention that the serial number for this game is 4087, so this is our first 4000 game. I have this game for the Sega Saturn, the home version, and that is a delightful home port of this game. And they just Excess Games did the same thing that Midas did, and instead of localizing it, they just ripped out anything with Japanese text on it. They ripped out all the cutscenes, they ripped out all of the dialogue boxes, they ripped out most of the options, they ripped out anything that would have required any real work. So the home ports of the the original Japanese version have tape mode, have 3x4 mode, kind of like when we looked at Strikers 1945. Remember, there was that mode that let you turn the TV sideways to get a taller aspect ratio. The Japanese home version of this game did have that, but for whatever reason, XS Games just said, no, that's too much work. No, just rip it out, take it, whatever, fuck it. And they ripped out all of the cutscenes, all of the dialogue. It's fucking terrible. Like, the base game is still here, but everything else was ripped out, and it's a huge bummer. So we've got 5 characters: Jason, Marion, Milf, and Yung Nang. We're going to play as John Suarez. John Suarez has a wooden helicopter. Why is the music not playing? Hang on. Okay, for some reason I can't hear the music. What the hell is going on? Oh, okay, there we go. Right. As you can see, style-wise, this game is very similar to Strikers 1945. I'm going to turn the volume down a bit more. It's kind of a loud game. There we go. The level up system is the same. You can only level up 3 times. There are bombs. Fuck. Fuck. So, right then, when there was a short pause, when those 3 little characters walked onto the train platform, there was meant to be a cutscene. But XS Games ripped it out, and instead you get nothing. No context whatsoever. Because in the original game, those 3 dudes are thieves, and they're trying to get to like a magical mirror before you do, because the magic mirror will like grant them power or whatever. Hang on, I'm going to try and do something about this aspect ratio, because this is not good. So yeah, so the home version of this game would have had a vertical monitor mode, just like Strikers 1945 did. But the European version just had it ripped out completely. If you want to see what this game would have looked like normally, I did play this game on the Saturn, on one of my older Saturn videos, if you want to go back and dig that up. Hang on. Just bring in the... Hang on. Bear with me, people. Whoops, to the other direction. Okay, that's a bit better. It's still not like arcade aspect ratio, because for that we would need a proper vertical monitor mode, but it's better than nothing. And like other Psycho shooters, all of the bosses start out as like regular things and then by the end transform into robots. Alright, here we go. Train robot. Just like Strikers, we can hold down single shot button and launch a secondary attack. Fuck. Although in this game it's not limited by a power meter. You just do it whenever. And again, there would be another cutscene here with a dialogue box, but it was just ripped out. Fine. This has got to be one of the worst, most just awful, most invasive localizations I have ever seen. This makes the Strikers 1945 localization look lovingly crafted in comparison. No cutscene for you, it just gets deleted. Thanks XS Games, because localising that cutscene would have taken work and time. Missed. Whoop. Got him. Suck it, robot. And the worst thing was, XS Games managed to hold on to the rights to this series for long enough to put out Gunbird 2 on the PS2 as, you guessed it, Mobile Light Force 2, and has the exact same fucking box art. They didn't even change the box art, they just added a 2 to the logo. Bastards. Which is kind of worse when you acknowledge the fact that Gunbird 2 came out on the Dreamcast unmolested as Gunbird 2, but yet the PS2 version came out as Mobile Light Force. Eventually all of these wrongs would be fixed in the future. I think you eventually, is it Gunbird Collection? No, Gunbird Special Edition would eventually come out on the PS2 in 2006, which was a collection of both Gunbird 1 and Gunbird 2, unmolested, with all the cutscenes and dialogue boxes and extra content intact. So Europe would eventually get a good unmolested version of the original Gunbird, but it would take time. And until that happens, until that happens, the only way to play a good unmolested version of Gunbird 2 would be to get a Dreamcast. Up until that point. Fuck. Whoops, fuck. Like Strikers 1945 2, this is a good port of the game. It's not arcade perfect, but it's got all the, it's got, it runs well and it's got enough detail to the point where it still looks pretty damn good when compared to other versions of the game. Large number of sprites on screen and a solid frame rate. That's all you can really ask for. Like Strikers, the PlayStation version of Strikers 1945 2, some of the animation frames are missing, but that's it. Honestly, as long as the game runs well, that's all that matters. It's just a shame that for such a long time, not such a long time, I guess 3 years, right, between this release and Gunbird Special Edition on PS2, so I guess not, The funny thing is, Gunbird 2 got a release in Europe, and a good release in Europe, years before this piece of shit came out. So it's not even like XS Games couldn't have even said there's no brand recognition, but because by this point, because Gunbird 2 came out in Europe in 2000 on Dreamcast, and it was a good version. So then 3 years later, you put out the first game, and you do this to it? Maybe it's like a licensing thing? Maybe they couldn't call it Gunbird? I don't know. Maybe the company that published the Dreamcast version of Gunbird 2, by some weird quirk of paperwork and legalese somehow had sole control over the Gunbird license in the West. So maybe XS Games didn't plan on calling it Mobile Light Force. Maybe they did because they literally couldn't have the Gunbird name. I don't know. It's a mystery. Doesn't excuse what they did. It's still a fucking lazy localization. Instead of localizing the story in the text boxes and the cutscenes, let's just rip them out of the game. Thanks, XS Games. Cunts. This was the bad old days of lazy localization. Oh shit. Yeah, this game has the same thing as Strikers 1945, where once you proceed a certain distance into the campaign, the game no longer lets you, continue from the middle of a level when you run out of lives. Not a big deal. I've got the home version of this, the Japanese home version on Sega Saturn. Like I said, I think I played it on one of my Sega Saturn videos a few months back, several months back maybe. And that's a really good home version. There's like character bios, you've got extra cutscenes, there's like artwork, concept art for characters. There's like audio plays, apparently. They added like a bunch of weird extras to that home version. And it looks great, and it has it supports vertical monitor mode, so if you wanted to have a more arcade perfect experience, it's in that version of the game. It really makes this version that I'm playing now look so fucking sad. And when I talk about this version, I'm not saying the PlayStation version, I'm talking about the Europe, specifically the Western PlayStation version. All that shit they didn't even try. They just ripped it out and said, all in a day's work. Motherfuckers. Fuck. I don't think the Gunbird games ever got re-released on download services. I think to this day the best way to play these games legitimately is to seek out the Gunbird Special Edition for the PlayStation 2, because that has both games. I think it's got all of the the content intact, and I think it's got vertical monitor mode as well. So legitimately, I think that is still the best way to play these games. No cutscene, just fade to black, load next level. Ooh, extra life. Fuck. Oop, psych. This is the real boss. Oh Jesus! That's a lot of fucking shit on screen at once. This is a good game. Gunbird is a good fucking game. I totally recommend it. If you like shooters, Gunbird is great. It's fucking great. It's... I think it's my personal favourite Psycho shooter. I like it more than Strikers 1945. I like it more than Cannon Spike. I like it more than shit, what was that other one? They did another one that everyone loves. It's like one of their most famous games. Fuck. Hang on. Quick check. It's called something. I'll bring it up. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can see it in my head, but I can't say the name. Oh Jesus! A lot of fucking bullets. Fuck. Sengoku Blade. Everyone loves Sengoku Blade. I prefer Gunbird. Fuck. Use the damn bombs. Oh god. Is this the giant skull? I think this might be the giant skull boss. This is a cool boss. Starts as a dragon face and it becomes something else. Right, stage 3, here we go. What's next? It's a giant skull. Awesome. Now I think it's a dragon. I think the dragon's the last stage. The dragon's the hardest. Just like swooping attacks. Fuck me. Great. I think this might be the last level. Oh, no cutscene for you. Still no cutscene. Can't see the fucking boss because the aspect ratio is bad in this version of the game. That boss just pulling more and more weapons out of his ass. Where's he getting all these? Goes the magic mirror. And we start the final boss fight. It's like a Furby tiger gremlin wizard. It's the cutest, most adorable final boss I've ever seen. Oof. Like I said, I'm playing this on easy. This game is... like I said, I really like these games. I'm not good at them, so I usually play them on pretty easy difficulty settings. That's pathetic. The end. No story for you, because we couldn't be fucking asked to translate it. Hurrah! Thanks, XS Games. You lazy shits. God. Gunbird is a really fucking good game. Do not play the PlayStation 1 version. Get Gunbird Special Edition for PS2 if you want to buy it legitimately. And that is the end of this video. Whoops. We've got one more to go. One more video until it's all over. We can finally say goodbye to the PlayStation 1 series. Whew. The finish line is in sight. I'll see you there.